When I'm taking a look at your videos, I'm going to start in the power position. The top one is of the last meet was 32.7. We both saw that I missed the mark by quite a bit, but that's not a factor. It is what it is. Bottom ones are 35.5. The biggest factor in this is I've got it paused right now at the power position. If you take a look at the shot position on the bottom 35.5 one, you're obviously in a much better position to deliver the shot. We're taking a look at a slight bend as opposed to being slouched down your elbow, not behind it, looking at that arm angle relative to the shot. As we go farther on, you see that you get a carry in the bottom one, carrying the shot forward to that position. Whereas if you look at your position in this one, you don't get any sort of a carry forward, and that's not a good body position. I'm surprised this throw did actually go as far as it did, because you just went with pure speed there. That's not a good power position. There's no backward C at all. It's just leaning forward. If you're looking at the arm position here, they're both very similar in their delivery. On the top one, these aren't quite the top one. You may have actually chased after it more there than what you did there. It looks a little more rotational on the top. I'm just looking at where your head, that little nod there, where your head breaks with it a little bit compared to there where you're spinning away from it a tad. So the finish of the throw, I like your most recent one better. I like that. I like this position there, that you've got some knee bend still in it when you're in the throw. But what I don't like is the direction of your knee. It's not an active downward knee to hip into the power position, whereas this one's an active downward knee to hip and elevate into the throw. The bottom one's real good, and I think you know what I'm talking about with hipping in and being smooth with your hips and your butt going forward. Going back to the back of the throw, looking at our unseat here. If I link those together at the same time. And we talked about this afterwards. You talked about how you felt like you had to go too quick with trying to move your foot and get a rolling start. I understand what you're saying, and if you look at it, you got a much better unseat in this one. If I'm looking at how long it takes to unseat, let me link them together here. Go at the same time, click for click. Seeing when you click out. The top one again is the most recent. Bottom one is your 35.5. So you get more of a hip fall in the bottom one, and your leg is starting to roll out like that, which is good. If we unlink them and go back to the top, your knee is kicking from there rather than lowering down, and the left one kicking flat and the right one kicking up, independent from each other. So that too, I also like the 35.5 better, which isn't a surprise. But considering our work after the meet and how well you threw there, I still do like the rolling start of it. Looking at your left arm, I do think that that's something as we move forward. We're going to have to do a better job of leaving our left arm back, because you aren't getting a reach back, and you see that doesn't keep you back. So that's going to be some of the things we're going to focus on today and throughout this week, is getting your left arm reaching back so that you can avoid getting in that top position where the shot straight over your leg and be more in that bottom position, or even better yet, having this arm moving back towards that direction, towards the throw direction, more closed up. I'll let both of them roll here so you can watch them in full speed. Give you another rep at full speed if you want to watch the other one. here to slow.